Think because you're young and thin that you're doing him a favor by being with him? Think again. Think because you're always flipping the bill that she should be your de facto slave? Not so fast, mister. Real relationships aren't about keeping tabs. They're about respect. And dating with a big age cap requires a large amount of maturity from both sides in order to succeed. The trophy and the sugar daddy. While there's nothing wrong with wanting a woman younger than you, nor someone that has money, those shouldn't be the only reasons you are interested in intergenerational dating. Living in the Philippines, I see this paradigm all the time. An older man walking around with some barely legal girl that has zero interest in him other than his wallet or his passport. The older man knows the girl doesn't love him. The girl is just willing to endure the gossip and shame for the aforementioned reasons. The older man is getting a trophy. He wants to show his friends back home pictures with his prize. These relationships are always so sad to me, as they are unhealthy for both parties. Yes, the young lady is getting money, but she doesn't want that guy on top of her every other day. Yes, the older man is getting his trophy, but deep down, he knows the young lady hates it when they are intimate. He sees his partner never initiating physical intimacy, but merely tolerating it. He sees his partner texting her friends laughing if he ever has male issues. Man, that's gotta hurt. The flower and the butterfly. The good news is I've also seen true, happy, older-younger relationships. The young lady loves every single wrinkle on her partner's face and every pound on his waist. The older man loves the immature jokes or inexperienced life tale he hears from her. No one is a trophy nor a sugar daddy. The young lady is the flower looking to be pollinated, and the older man is the butterfly seeking a flower for nectar. A mutually beneficial, loving relationship. There's nothing wrong with wanting a younger woman. Sometimes people judge when a man decides to date a younger woman, but the truth is, it's natural to be attracted to youth and vitality. There are even websites like Christian Filipina where you can see older or younger women. The reality is, many of those men judging secretly want a young woman themselves. If someone 20 years younger than you is what makes you tick, then as long as she's legal, go for it. We have our dating preferences, whether it's ethnicity, weight, height, or anything else. It's better to be honest than to try to force yourself to be in a relationship with someone you're not happy with. There's nothing wrong with wanting economic security. Resources have always been a factor when choosing a partner since the beginning of time. Men tend to look for signs of vitality and good health, i.e. youth, while women tend to look for signs of security and resources, i.e. money. Men want a woman that can give him good, healthy progeny, while women want a man that will stick around and provide security for her offspring. A lot of older men look to younger women for physical attractiveness, and younger women are looking to older men for economic security. Neither of these desires is a bad thing. What does the Bible say about marrying a younger woman? In biblical times, people married quite young. It was not uncommon for people to be married by age 15 or 16. It might be possible that Abraham married Sarah when she was 14. Obviously, in modern times, with major differences in maturity levels, it's not a good idea or legal to date a minor. And no, the Bible does not condone pedophilia as some atheists and other non-believers charge. 1 Corinthians 7:5 specifically says, "Do not deprive each other except perhaps by mutual consent and for a time, so that you may devote yourselves to prayer. Then come together again so Satan will not tempt you because of your lack of self-control." That being said, marrying a woman just for her youth isn't biblical either. There are several verses that this can be inferred from. While her youth and physical appearance shouldn't be the primary reason for marriage, it is not wrong to desire a younger woman. While her youth and physical appearance shouldn't be the primary reason for marriage, it is not wrong to desire a younger woman. The Bible gives numerous examples of God granting men he favored with younger wives, from Abraham to Isaac to Solomon. Understand that you are both equals. Sometimes men tend to look at intergenerational relationships as unequal. Sometimes the man might think that he can control the woman because he writes the rent check every month. Sometimes the woman might think that she's doing the man a favor because she's with that particular guy at his age and there are so many other men flirting with her, but neither scenario is true. You think because you pay the bills that she has to do whatever you say? Think again. She's a human being that deserves to be treated with respect. If you don't, she'll leave you for someone else that will. Maybe you think because you are young and thin and constantly have older men throwing themselves at you that entitles you to special treatment. Maybe you think, man, he doesn't know how lucky he is because he has me. If that's the case, then your partner is the most unlucky person in the world to have someone like you sleeping next to him. Good relationships are not favors, nor are they just about physical intimacy. Never be with someone that thinks she's doing you a favor by being with you. That sounds pretty basic, but many older Christian men have been socialized to believe that that's all they're worth. Avoid buying her expensive gifts and trips in the beginning. We all have it. The urge to shower the one we love with lavish gifts to show our sincerity and love. This is often a fatal mistake. If you try to buy her by giving her expensive gifts, no matter how good of a person she is, she will come to expect those things from you. What happens if you're no longer able to provide those things? Just like you don't want a relationship that's founded on sex, you don't want a relationship that's foundation is expensive gifts and trips. I'm not saying it's bad to spoil your partner, I'm just saying don't do it in the beginning. If you try to buy her, you may end up losing her to the next guy that has more money. And unless you're Bill Gates, there's always going to be someone else with more money than you. Talk about it. In an intergenerational relationship, often the expenses won't be split 50-50. Honestly, probably never. Realize that just because you might be paying more often, it doesn't mean she's using you. If you're unsure, just take a step back and look. Is she opening her wallet when she's with her friends while claiming to be broke with you? When you're the one always paying, resentment can be a natural reaction. If you feel the resentment towards your partner beginning to fester, talk to her about it. Let her know you understand that she may not have much money, but you'd appreciate something small like a card or rose or even some candy every once in a while. It's always the little things that count the most. Which brings me to my next point. If you're the one with lower finances, there are things that you can do to make your partner not feel used. 1. Don't suggest expensive activities and then expect him to pay. 2. Do little things. He knew coming in that you didn't have much money. It's not your money he wants. He just wants to feel appreciated and to know that you don't feel entitled to his money because of your youth. Embrace your differences. A personal story. In some ways, my partner and I couldn't be more different. She's into Miss Universe and other girly things, while I like Adult Swim and Star Trek. My partner will never enjoy an episode of Futurama, nor will I enjoy watching a Miss Universe pageant. We embrace those differences, as should you. Understand that maybe as an older man, you've gone through more and been through more at this game of life, but that doesn't mean you should look down on her or treat her like your daughter. She wants a husband, not a father. Conversely, don't interpret advice as him trying to be your dad. Rather, you should interpret it as him trying to prevent you from making the same mistakes he did. Accept the bitter with the sweet. Yes, you're going to get some strange looks sometimes. Yes, there will be some friends telling you that you can do better or that since you're the one always paying the tab that she should be a de facto servant. There will even be some haters that call you a pedophile for marrying someone significantly younger than you. These are the things that come up in an intergenerational relationship. On the other hand, if you choose to date a mature guy, you'll get a man that is secure and has your back when something happens. You'll get a man that understands that a relationship is more than physical intimacy. Most importantly, you'll get a man that's actually serious about wanting a relationship in the first place. So spread your wings and find your flower or butterfly.